Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I have an amazing video for you guys today. Here is an article from Forbes.com that you guys are going to absolutely love. Check this out. It states 3 challenges facing the affordable housing market and how industry leaders can start addressing them. Now we know that rates have been going up and it has really halted the housing market. But one thing that has not happened is the prices have not come down that fast. A lot of people have been complaining. They're like, why is it that all we're seeing is, mortgage applications down, homes are sitting on the market longer. But then when we jump over to the Redfin weekly housing market data, we see that houses have remained being listed at very high prices. Now, when we see the sale price, yes, we are seeing it come down, but we are definitely seeing people listing it, high, trying to keep those high prices, right? Now, if we look at the new listings, the trend is going down, guys. We are basically having less and less supply, which I believe is one of the main reasons why we're going to have the prices stay elevated for the time being, unless something happens, unless we see some changes in the economy, right? If we start seeing stock market crashing, things like that, then we will see the effects on that on the housing market. And if we start seeing more foreclosures, we will definitely start seeing more inventory on the market, which will hopefully lower the demand, hopefully lower the prices. Now check this out. Challenge number 1: affordable housing is heterogeneous. So this is basically diverse, right? Affordable housing is very diverse. So the challenge there is that everyone is different, and there's different, everyone's bills are different and people make different incomes, and you have huge ranges. So when you're talking about affordable housing, for one, differs from another. But here, let's read a little bit. The US government defines affordable housing as housing cost, including utilities that comprise no more than a third of gross income. Because incomes vary considerably over time and fluctuate depending on cost of living and geographic location, for rent, affordable housing options are heterogeneous, ranging from single-family rentals to apartment rentals. Historically, per capita income grows over time. In real terms, it was approximately $50,000 in 2010 and $60,000 in 2021. That's insane. Prior to the pandemic, income growth tended to be larger in metropolitan areas. Therefore, the challenge facing housing affordability is that the quality varies over time and across the country. So affordability in San Francisco is going to be different than affordability in Boise, right? So that is one of the problems with what this article is claiming as the first challenge. Now let's look at the second challenge. There is no part of the US with a surplus of affordable housing. Okay, there is a prevailing idea that the most affordable areas in the US are in the middle of the country due to the low cost of land. According to the National Association of Realtors, which ranks 174 US markets, the most affordable area in this country is Decatur, Illinois, while the least affordable is San Jose, California. San Jose, California is basically where you have Silicon Valley and people make massive amounts of money. Stanford University is in San Jose, and there's just the property there is insanely expensive. Several cities in the middle of the country, however, face affordability issues. For example, Bismarck, North Dakota is the 65th least expensive city, and Gary, Indiana is the 73rd. Land costs tend to be lower in less populated population density, which is fundamentally the issue. But here's the problem, guys, is that you can make a lot more money living in San Jose, California than you would in Decatur, Illinois. And that's why Decatur is a lot cheaper, right? The issue though is that both in Decatur and San Jose, the problem is that the housing market is still too expensive for those communities with their job markets, right? So people in San Jose, you have to be making a lot more to be able to afford a house, even though they already pay a lot more. And same with Decatur, they just don't have the type of businesses that San Jose does. But the businesses that are there still don't pay enough to buy the houses in that city, right? So that is kind of a problem. And yeah, it's one of the reasons why prices are so high right now, because we don't have a surplus of housing. and it's helping keep the prices really elevated. And look, challenge number 3, demographic trends and affordability impact the entire country. So right here, what it's trying to say is that the changes in the demographic definitely affect the entire country. Why? Because if you have people leaving from one area and going to another area, where you're gonna have somewhat of a surplus in the area that they're leaving, and then you're gonna have a decrease in housing in the area that they're moving to, right? And that creates like a weird situation. And then when you, on top of that, when you throw in, rate companies that they're just basically buying for return on investment, they're just looking at the numbers and they're trying to kind of buy early, trying to see where they feel people are going to move to, so then they could get in there early. And then it's kind of like everyone's trying to basically make a lot of money in housing. And there's challenges right now because we just don't have that sort of supply to really bring those prices down, and people are holding on to their homes. So the article finishes up by saying, addressing these challenges, housing starts in the US never fully recovered from the global financial crisis. As a result, addressing these challenges will require the private sector to be involved. Neither urbanization nor population movements can be addressed. They must be accepted. The issue of heterogeneity can be addressed by the newer methods of multifamily and SFR development, in particular, the development of standardized units to reduce the development cost and maintenance expenses. In particular, to meet SG needs, the development can focus on energy efficiency. These approaches increase the use for units for multifamily developments. So, I mean, there's definitely some things that we could, bring into the market, but like at the end of the day, what we really need is to bring the prices down. We need supply to go up, and the only way supply is going to go up is if the economy slows down and we start seeing more people put their house out on the market, to basically either sell as it's going there and cash in whatever they can. And especially if there's people out there that have possibly there could be some layoffs, and that could increase the amount of foreclosures, which would definitely increase the supply. Remember, that's what happened in 08, guys. What ended up happening in 08 was the economy started going south and a lot of people got laid off, and that's what made the prices shoot down. Now remember, people are not laid off for that long, right? People might be laid off for a month, 2-3 months before they end up finding another job. So what ends up happening is the housing market crashes like crazy, and then we kind of jump back in. And as people start getting hired, the housing market starts slowly coming back. So that's kind of what we need to see, but we're not seeing that. The reason we're not seeing that is mainly because we have a supply issue right now. People are not selling their homes. Like when I look at this chart and I look at how high the prices are, people are saying they're not ready. There's a lot of sellers that are just not ready, even though they see it going down. They just don't want to deal with the hassle of possibly selling and having to rent, waiting for the market to crash and then buying back in. There's so much uncertainty in the market, especially with inflation. Remember, what inflation ultimately means is that the value of the dollar becomes worth less and less over time. So if inflation is 10%, I mean, if everything's costing 10% more, then you could see how fast that's growing. That's basically how fast your money is losing value. And that ultimately is, I believe, is what's keeping people kind of spooked and keeping the market kind of elevated like this, because the supply is just not there. If we jump into the new listings, you could see that supply trends are on the way down than all in the last 3 years. So the supply is tightening, and when you look at the new listing median price, people are still trying to get top dollar for their property. So we're not seeing it. What people are not, basically, it's gonna take a little bit. We're gonna have to see we're gonna have to see other parts of the economy kind of slow down, and before we really start seeing housing, kind of fall off the cliff. Right now, it's not there, it's holding off. That's what I'm saying, is that if you're a seller, I definitely do believe that if you're thinking of selling, I definitely do believe that you do want to put your house in the market as quickly as possible, because, I do believe that these prices are not going to stay high I do believe that they are going to be going down. Sorry, that is my cat talking back there. And if you are a buyer, I think time is on your side. Really, time is on your side. I would say just hold off and relax. You know, keep building on your down payment, because you are going to have an amazing opportunity. Right now, I just don't see houses going any higher. There's too many problems in the economy right now for this to really shoot up. So I definitely think it's going to be on the downtrend. But please, let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? A lot of people have been telling me that they really think that the housing market's going to really stay high, and I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Please go down there in the comments and make your case. Tell me, why do you think the housing market's not going to crash? Please comment down below. I really want to hear your thoughts. Now, guys, I want to just say a special thank you to everybody out there who has been supporting my channel. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been so great. You've been watching my videos, you've been commenting, you've been liking, and it's really a great thing. Thank you guys so much. Now, if you guys haven't been subscribed to my channel, if you, for those of you who are not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and go ahead and like and leave a comment. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.